Hello everybody, it's Spirit Senior back to give you some more news. This time it's news about our beloved Hillary. Yes, Senate Judiciary letter to DOJ. Ukraine helped Clinton campaign. DNC. Can you believe this? Yeah, I better start believing it. This is why they jumped on this Ukraine thing. They wanted to get Trump in trouble with Ukraine before all this stuff about Joe and her and everything else is coming out. On Thursday, the Trump administration released the whistleblower complaint at the center of the Ukraine controversy that prompted the House Democrats' impeachment inquiry into President Trump. The complaint accuses Trump of using the power of his office to solicit interference from a foreign country in the 2020 U.S. elections by asking Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky to look into former Vice President Joe Biden pressuring Ukraine to remove its top prosecutor, who had investigated Biden's son's company for corruption. The complaint also alleges that the White House attempted to lock down all records of the phone call, especially the word-for-word transcript of the call that was produced, though the administration released the transcript on Wednesday. Additionally, a July 2017 letter from the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee sent to Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein raised concerns over reports that Ukraine's political leadership opposed the candidacy of Donald Trump for President of the United States and worked with a Democrat National Committee consultant to undermine his campaign. This consultant allegedly had various meetings with Ukraine government officials, including embassy staff, to coordinate the dissemination of incriminating information about Trump campaign officials, wrote Chairman Chuck Grassley in a press release announcing the letter. It appears that this consultant was operating to advance the interests of both the Democratic National Committee, the Clinton campaign, and a foreign government, which would have required registration under FARA. Citing several reports from mainstream outlets, the letter reads in part, according to news reports, during the 2016 presidential election, Ukraine government officials tried to help Hillary Clinton and undermine Trump, and did so by disseminating documents implicating a top Trump aide in corruption and suggested they were investigating the matter. Ukraine officials also reportedly helped Clinton's allies research damaging information on Trump and his advisors. At the center of this plan was Alexandra Kalupa, described by reporters as a Ukrainian-American operative who was consulting the Democratic National Committee and reportedly met with Ukraine officials during the presidential election for the express purpose of exposing alleged ties between then-candidate Donald Trump, Paul Manafort, and Russia. Politico also reported on a Financial Times story that quoted a Ukrainian legislator saying that Trump's candidacy caused Kiev's wider political leadership to do something they would never have attempted before: intervene, however indirectly, in a U.S. election. Yes, the Hillary. It's all gonna come out in the wash. And here's some more on Hillary. Is Hillary gearing up for a late-stage do-over against corrupt human tornado Trump? Now, I mentioned to you guys before that she's going to run again. I'll bet you she is. Based on bookies' bets and a few recent actions, speculation is once again starting to grow that Hillary Clinton might be about to enter the Democratic Party presidential nominee race. She's just waiting till all the riffraff is gone, and she's going to go up against the most important person, that whoever wins that, she's going to go up against. That's what it's coming up to. She doesn't want to be with the riffraff down there. First, the repeatedly failed presidential candidate has a suddenly full media schedule for this week, making appearances on CBS Sunday Morning, Stephen Colbert, and The View, among others. Secondly, a Gateway pundit notes, in the interview with CBS Sunday Morning that is airing this weekend, Clinton said that things happened during the 2016 campaign that will not happen again, implying that she may be planning to try again. Look, there were many funny things that happened in my election that will not happen again, Clinton said, and I'm hoping that both the public and press understand the way Trump plays the game. Clinton went on to call President Trump an illegitimate president and accusing him of winning by using voter purging and suppression, exactly what they're guilty of doing. Isn't that funny how they do that? I believe he understands that the many varying tactics they use, from voter suppression and voter purging to hacking to the false stories, he knows that there were just a bunch of different reasons why the election turned out like it did, and reflected on losing to a corrupt human tornado. Isn't she wonderful? Thirdly, Clinton also asserted that she supports impeachment and thinks that people are attempting to spread falsehoods about Joe Biden. Of course, she'd stick up for him. The most outrageously false things were said about me in 2016, and unfortunately, enough people believed them. So this is an effort to sow these falsehoods against Biden, she said. Yes. Fourthly, she has stepped up her attacks on Trump's actions dramatically, seemingly forgetting her own. I don't care who you're for in the Democratic primary, or if you're a Republican, when the President of the United States, who has taken an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, uses his position to, in effect, extort a foreign government for his own political purposes. I think that that is very much what the founders worried about in high crimes and misdemeanors. She ought to know she's committed them all, including what? What's the Clinton body count up to now? I wonder. You know? How many hundreds of people have they killed in their wake? We'll find out sooner or later. Don't you worry, Clinton. You're going to jail. And thank you for listening, and I'll leave it there. Bye for now.